All right, folks, back with part two. The first thing I'll show you is actually I was on a mission for A1 saucer and teacup that matched, that was kind of on the shabby chic side, just so I had one in my craft studio that I could drink tea out of that was pretty for me to look at, instead of just a coffee mug. And so I walked into the estate sale and I saw this, and I saw this. And I was like, oh my gosh, how pretty. And it was $5, but it was half off. Yeah, it was $5, but it was half off today. So I picked it up for $2.50. And I got it home, and my mom goes, what's the bottom say? And I got up really close to it. Can you guys see this? Let's see if I can zoom in. Oh, let's try that one more time. Well, it says Royal Albert, Bone China, England, 1952, Royal Albert Ltd, Old Country Roses. And my mom was like, oh my gosh, you have one of those. They're beautiful, and they're antiques. They're collectibles, I guess. So I guess I did really good on this set. So pretty, 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 and go me. I think I just have really good luck at sales. So here was a bag that was $1, but it was half off. And there's brown lace seam binding stuff. Can you believe that? I've never seen brown ever. And then there was some of this lace. This was just little odds and ends that I just found that I thought, ooh, perfect. But look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's like an off-white. And I loved this. My mom and I could not figure out if those were pansies, flowers, or if they were like shamrocks, like, three-leaf clovers or whatever. We could not figure, and I've never seen anything like this. So if you guys know what that is, chime in. But I kind of think they're pansies now that I look at them under the camera. So super fun. And not bad for 50 cents for the bag, And then I found this trim, and this is really pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? And then, of course, there's this one as well, which is also really pretty. Just stuff I just don't see, And little odds and ends, I just use little bits and pieces. That's why I like sharing. Well, unless it's really fancy, then I kind of hoard them, but I do like to share. So here was another bag that was $1, so it was 50 cents. Look at this lace trim, and it's like, it's all these fun, like, Easter colors, spring colors, or baby colors. And look how pretty that is, and pretty generous amount, too. And then this, I think that whoever had the estate sale took this off a pillowcase, but I can see why, because look how pretty that is. So what a fun find. And then here's some more trim. It's like crocheted trim, which I think is pretty. And just a little piece of this, and a little piece of that. Not much, just little bits. And then a piece of this. And then, of course, this piece. And this piece. Just lots of fun little odds and ends. And this piece reminds me of those swirly candies at Christmas time. So that was those little pieces. And then the next baggies start with the fun stuff. So this was $1.20. None of this was half off. But I've got to tell you, so this lady at the estate sale, that her name was Thelma. It was her, I forget the lady that lived there that passed away, but her mom was Thelma. And her mom had crocheted and hand embroidered, starting from 1890 to 1920. So look at this that she hand did. She hand embroidered, and then she used the fabric, and then she tatted, and then fabric, and then embroidered, and tatted, and then tatted, and fabric. I'm just, these pieces are just such beautiful craftsmanship. It just blows my mind. And these are almost all in mint condition, every little piece. So this alone just came in one little baggie. This piece, which, is a little newer. Look how beautiful these are. Just gorgeous. And they're so silky soft and just beautiful. So that was in one baggie for $1.20. And then the next baggie, just be easier to show you baggies. The next bag was also $1.20. And this was probably my favorite baggie. I will actually move them so you can actually see them, because they are super beautiful. Look at that piece. Look how beautiful this is. And it's so delicate and dainty and just beautiful. And in mint condition. I mean, look at that tatting. It's just so beautiful. And then there's this piece, which I love as well. Look how beautiful that is. Like, I'm just blown away by the goodies I found today. When she told me the price I spent, I just couldn't believe it. But look at this. Look how delicate this is. And look at the little flower, the spirals and the flowers from the little tiny threads. It just blows my mind. I mean, literally. And there's so many to look at, so I will try to go through them fast. There's a little tiny of a tear in there and a little tear there, but I'm going to tell you, for this type of a vintage piece, I just don't care. And the price was great. So, and then I found some things like this, which I also love. This was $1.20 by itself, which I liked it because she crocheted these and then she embroidered, then crocheted and then tatted, which I just loved. I just think it's beautiful. There's a couple pieces in here that are really fun that have some history to them as well, so I'll explain that. But for $1.20, just so pretty. And she actually hand did this. She took a piece of netting and hand crocheted on this. Look how beautiful this is. I mean, yes, there's a few little dings in it, but you know. And this I spent, 80 cents, folks. Can you just believe that? And her mom had stopped doing this in 1920. So you can imagine how old these are, and just how talented this lady was. This was 60 cents for this piece. Look how pretty that is. It's a little torn, not torn, but just kind of needed to be reworked. But look how beautiful that is. Just gorgeous. This one was $1.20, and I really like this one as well. I really like how she did this. And she made the little tiny strings really thick somehow, like by knotting over and over. And I think that's also tatting, or is there there's a name for what she did here to make this thick. But anyway, it's so beautiful. And for $1.20, you can't beat that at all. And then this one was $1.20 as well. And this one's really pretty and really thick. Really, really, really thick. And I just loved how ornate and detailed that was. It's just so beautiful. And then we have this, which it is called, she said it was handmade faggoting. I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so please correct me if I'm wrong. But look she made that. And it was dated 1910. So look how pretty that is. And it's silk or satin. It's really soft. So I have a whole skein of that. Isn't that great? Then here's another little sackie. I have one more sack, or two more sackies, and then one more sackie, and then I have a pile. So we'll just get through it quickly. So there's that piece. And of course there's Lancey. Then there's that one. And then she did this one too, and I really think that's really, really pretty. Just gorgeous. How she used the fabric, and then she did that. I just don't see these being machine made. I've never even seen anything like it. And then I found this piece, which I really loved. Very delicate and dainty. And this was 80 cents. I mean, just insane. And then I found this one. And here comes the littler ones, which is awesome because I'm always trying to find the smaller ones. But look how pretty that is. And then there's this one. And I think I spent 80 cents on this one. And I really like that one. It's really pretty. I love the center. This one was $1. And then this one was 80 cents. Some are just super pretty. Here's another little baggie. And this one is beautiful. Like I said, it's a little rough around the edges. It just needs to be reworked. But I love how delicate and dainty these little edges are. Just so pretty. And then there's this one. I found this one. I thought it was cute. It's a little newer. But look, it's like, it was only 40 cents and it's got pink on it. And then I think I have a whole set of these, but look how pretty that is. And I like that they're smaller. And there's that one and this one. These came out of a little baggie. Look how pretty. So pretty. This one, I think she said her mom did, which would have been the daughter. So that was a little newer. Then we get into the older ones. And look at that one. Just so beautiful. So pretty, and I love these. So beautiful. And I think I have a couple of those. I love this one. I think this is probably one of my favorites. I can see this one being put into a embroidery hoop and made into a shabby chic dream catcher. That's just what it reminds me of. I just think it's so beautiful. And there's this one, which I love. Look at all these little flowers she did. Oh, I don't even want to tear these up. These are going to be in my hoarding pile for sure. So there's a whole set of these, but there's an itty-bitty one too. I think this one might have gotten washed. But look how pretty. So I do have sets of those, which is awesome. Here's another one. Then I found this one, and this one's also that same way. And there's got to be a method. I don't know if it's still called tatting, but when you get it so thick right there, and then so you know you go from the cloth to embroidered to tatting to this really thick pieces and then tatting, and then I don't know how to explain it, but it's just gorgeous. She also hand embroidered these really delicate silk coasters, and they were 40 cents for all three. So I have the green one, and then there's one that has pink and blue flowers, and then just the blue flowers, so it's really pretty. And then I found a whole set. These were $4 for the set because there was three, but there's the back to the chair. You remember these. These old ladies all had them. So that goes on the back of the chair. And then here was the armrests. And there was a whole set. And I just had to have them because I've never seen a set together that were old. So great find on those. And then these were something that the lady had explained to me. Now those look beige in the camera, but they're actually like a really pale green. And she said what her great-grandmother did was she took, these were flour sacks from back in the old days. She took apart the flour sacks and she took her embroidery or her crochet thread and she grass stained it so it would be green. And of course back then I'm sure it was really dark green, but she grass stained them so it would have that hint of green in them. And she did a set of two and they are gorgeous, but for 40 cents, look at that. I don't know if you can even tell that it's green, but it's so beautiful. And she did. She grass stained it is what she said. And I've never even heard of that method before. But then again, I don't crochet or embroider any of those things, so I don't know. But last but not least would be the most expensive, or not the most expensive, but the oldest piece out of all of it. And I got it for 40 cents. But these were the oldest pieces that she made. And they are very, very, very old and very, very, very delicate. And almost just so delicate that I don't even want to use them on anything. But they are so beautiful. And I don't know what I'm going to do with these, but I had to have them. And for 40 cents, I couldn't help myself. So those were my two hauls for the day. And I also want to share something that my friend Barbie sent me that I love. Just because I have to share it anyway, but she made me this for my shabby chic room and for me because she's my sweet friend in Kentucky. Isn't it beautiful? So I love this, and it is on my rack. So it is hanging up in my shabby chic craft room. So thanks, folks, for coming today and checking out my fun estate sale hauls. I only went to 3, but out of the 3, I spent literally under $40. I'm just blown away by everything I bought. So comment, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for coming, and I will be back a little after Easter with my teacup shares. I have an order for 15 of them for a baby shower, so I'll be back with those soon. Thanks, and have a blessed Easter.